Yo, what up? It's Aaron Moses, and I just want to give you my opinion on these three things. A story that I heard, Cardi B, Jussie Smollett. Now, yesterday when I was in school, my teacher was talking about her real estate ventures. We were talking about finances, and she was telling us how when she was pregnant with her twins, a couple had asked her to rent the house, the property that she had, to them for a little bit cheaper because they were staying in a hotel and they had just recently lost their triplets. Not one child, not two children, but three children, triplets. And they didn't have the money to maintain their household because they buried their triplets instead of maybe burying one and getting the other two cremated and then putting them in one grave or getting all of them cremated. And she said it hurt her heart to have to do it because she thought this was a sign from God or something. She thought something bad would happen to her. But she had to realize that business was business and she could not rent the home to these people even though they went through what they just went through. And I'm not gonna judge the woman. I'm not gonna say that it was right or wrong. But it saddens me that she was even in that position where she had to make a decision like that, where she was in this world where she had to turn somebody down instead of giving them an opportunity, instead of opening a door. She had put herself in a position where she had to tell these people who had already gone through so much no, not knowing what they were going to go through in the future, not knowing any of this. And I want to tell you, put yourself in a position where you can help people. Put yourself in a position where you don't have to use those hard no's. All right. Next, Cardi B drugging people and robbing them. Now, I've always been a Cardi B fan. You guys know that. Her first mixtape, I definitely encouraged you guys to listen to when it came out. She even gave me a shout out after reviewing it in 2016. If you go on my Instagram and scroll down, way, way down, you can see it on her Twitter. How well, I'm not gonna victim blame. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna say that the men were wrong for even trusting a New York stripper who just presented herself in the way that she presented herself. I'm not gonna. I mean, should they have? No, they shouldn't have. But at the same time, Cardi B shouldn't have drugged and robbed a man. People are saying that she needs to go to jail for this. She needs to pay for what she did. She shouldn't have said this shit on her Instagram, number one. Number two, what I liked about the actual Instagram post, because I actually watched it, was the fact that she felt remorse, but at the same time she was not taking full responsibility. She was making it seem as though she was showing remorse in the way, well, she wasn't really showing full remorse to me. She was pretty much crying over the fact that she had to do this. But you could feel at the same time that she didn't want to have to do that. In her perception, have to do it. Was she crying for the men? Not completely. Not completely. She was crying over the fact that she was in that situation and it affected her where her mind was changed so much from what she would have done in her day-to-day life to get money. I think it was horrible. I think it was horrible. I've been robbed, and all kind of stuff have happened to me when I was under the influence around people I didn't know, and it's not a good feeling. But for somebody to, I don't know if she slipped something in their drink. I don't know if she ran up behind them with a needle when they were pissing and stuck them in the neck. I'm pretty sure she didn't do that. But I think it's a horrible situation. Should she be punished? I think she should. I think she should. Even with my bias towards her, even with the support that I have for her music, I think that she should be. Yeah. I mean, if the men didn't come forward, of course they're not most likely not going to do that, especially there being no evidence. But they don't want to be they don't want to be the guy that got taken advantage of by a fucking 19-year-old, 20-year-old stripper, however old she was at the time. They don't want to be that. This was three. I don't know how old she. I know she's younger than me. So she was, however old she was. They don't want to be that person. So most likely they're not going to say anything. So lastly, we got damn, bro. It startled me. That's okay. We got Jussie Smollett, man. We already know what happened. He paid two African brothers to put on MAGA hats in downtown Chicago when it was cold as heck, and I don't think they jumped him at all. Whatever happened, he only got they took his $10,000 bond from him. They did not return that to him, and he got community service. Now I was listening to something on the radio where they said a white girl did something similar. She, for whatever reason, I didn't even look into the story. She said that a black man posed as a police officer, pulled her over, and wrote her a phony ticket. Now, the guy said that she should be charged with attempted murder because the police in that city, it was in Detroit, the police in that city would have ended up killing black men just trying to find this guy. If she described him as a dark skinned, skinny, 6'1" dude, low haircut, no facial hair, they would have been killing black men who fit that description and black men who even came close to that description. They're thinking, okay, well maybe he was lighter than what she described because it was dark, and you know how they get in the dark. They look a little bit darker because it was nighttime as she described. I mean, this is what Jussie Smollett did was basically a reverse hate crime. He was saying that somebody committed, two people committed a hate crime against him. And had he been white and he described those men as being black, the same thing would have happened. The police would have ended up killing people just trying to look for these two dudes. And the fact that you know the climate, you know how racial it is right now. You know how much tension there is, especially with Bush, with Trump being the president, and you said they had on MAGA hats, bro. You committed you committed basically you reported a fake hate crime, bro. To me, that's like a hate crime. I think he should be charged with a federal offense. I think they should work it out some way. They should have. They can't do it now because that would be double jeopardy. But they should have worked it out some way where he would have had to serve some Fed time. Now, I don't. I mean, just going to jail as much as I did, I'm not saying that I want to see people go to jail because that's not what I want. But if it were to happen, just playing by their rules, using their law, how they use it against us, and how they use it so perfectly in every situation, I believe that there should definitely be, according to them, according to what they do best, which is lock people up. They should have taken full advantage of that situation to make an example out of this nigga, bro. I think that was irresponsible. I think it was stupid. And I think that his image, he still got to keep his damn job. Shit. People don't get to do shit like that and keep their job. Empire says, no, well, we can't take him off because he's too important, bro. He's one of the top people. We can't just rewrite the whole script, nigga. We planned for this nigga to be in this shit for at least 3 more seasons. He got to keep his job and go home and spit in niggas' asses. That's not that's not okay, bro. If they can't do it to us, we shouldn't be able to do it to them. They can do it to us. But what's gonna be next, bro? For some clout. You know what they should have did? They should have fake investigated that shit. Let this nigga raise some money, like a whole bunch of money, and then busted him out. After that, they should have let it go on a little bit longer. Like that fake 9/11 lady from Europe who said she was a 9/11, I think, survivor or something like that. Whatever she did. I think there's a documentary on it. The fake 9/11 survivor or hero, whatever she was doing. But that's it, guys. It's Aaron Moses. Just a couple of my opinions. If you like this video, let me know. If you didn't, say Aaron Moses, you're an asshole. Why would you say spitting in niggas' asses instead of going home to his loved one and his family? That's what the nigga does. So, that's it. Peace.